Hello everyone, my name is Muhidin. My student register number is A1M224017. Today I am going to presentation about ELF presentation narrative text. There are several objectives that are expected to be achieved in this presentation, such as 1. Students can determine the structure of narrative text in a story. 2. Students can explain the relationship between characters based on the story. 3. Students can determine the moral message of a story. 4. Students can explain the character of the character in the story. 5. Students can analyze events that are important elements in a story. Let's get into the material part. What is the narrative text? Narrative text is a text that tells events chronologically, both fiction and non-fiction. Narrative text also has a purpose, namely to entertain readers through interesting stories, and teach moral values and life lessons that can be taken by readers. Narrative text has several types based on its themes and characteristics, such as 1. Legend. Stories about the origin of places or historical events, which often contain mystical elements, for example, Lake Toba, Malankundang, Sangkuriang, Timon Mas, and others. 2. Myths. Traditional stories that explain natural phenomena or the origins of gods, for example, Nai Roro Kidal, Roro Jonggrang, Jaka Terab, and Nawang Wulan, and many more. 3. Folklore. Stories that are passed down orally in society. So you can say that this folklore is hereditary. For example, Malankundang, Sangkuriang, Timon Mas, and others. 4. Fables. Short stories with animals as characters that convey a moral message. Examples: tortoise and hare, ant and grasshopper, clever deer and crocodile, and others. 5. Fairy tale. Imaginative stories that are usually intended for children. Examples: Kiong Mas, Roro Jonggrang, and so on. The structure of narrative text consists of 4 parts, namely 1. Orientation. Contains the introduction of characters, setting, time and atmosphere, so in this section explains who the characters involved are, when the incident occurred and where the incident took place. 2. Complications. Contains problems and conflicts that arise in the story. Usually, complications are divided into 3 parts, namely 1. Rising action, the beginning of a problem that causes tension. 2. The climax of the problem, where the problem faced by the character reaches its highest point. 3. Falling action, the tension has begun to decrease and the solution has begun to appear. 3. Resolution. Contains the resolution of all the problems experienced by the main character. 4. Reorientation or coda. Contains the character's final state or the moral of the story. This part is optional, so it doesn't have to be in a story. This is an example of a narrative text in the form of a legend entitled The Legend of Crying Stone. Sources from 11th grade Advanced English book, Independent Curriculum. You can read it. After reading the story The Legend of the Crying Stone, students are expected to be able to answer the questions below. Please read the questions carefully and thoroughly. The first question is fill the blank, so you just have to place some prepared words into the correct and appropriate place. The second is multiple choice. Please choose the most correct and appropriate answer option. And the last one is an essay question. Please fill it in according to the text and with the understanding you have gained before. If you have completed all the questions, you can check if your answer is correct in the answer key. Good luck!